Good morning. It is Friday, April 2nd, and we're trying a radio podcast live feed today for the first time. Yesterday we tried the video cast. It went well, aside from some technical difficulties that we encountered at the start, as well as at the start, as well as through parts of the show. We were still able to get it out. And today I'm going to try the radio cast. You're going to see a different image on the front. Of course, if you're in my profile page, you'll be able to see a radio that is next to the logo. Radio, of course, representing a radio, a voice coming out of the radio. And like I had told you yesterday, what we're going to be doing here is sharing the updates from the website, which is laredobuzz.com. I did mention yesterday the website's been around for quite a few years. You're going to see an extensive archive of news updates. You'll see some pictures, and you can follow along with what I'm reading. If you visit www.laredobuzz.com, you'll be able to see everything from weather to you're going to see links to radio stations. Of course, the updates, which are categorized. You're going to see a category for the city of Laredo. You'll see a category for the county. You're going to see quite a bit of categories there where you can browse through the history or through the archive of LaredoBuzz.com. Weather today is 63 degrees. It's a beautiful day outside. I just took a walk outside. That's why I was a little late today. I'm playing around with the times. Yesterday, we were supposed to start at 8 because of the technical difficulties. We started a little bit later. I think we started somewhere around 8:11. I did receive some messages and some calls and said, you weren't on at 8. Well, we're still playing around with the times. I'm trying to figure out what is best. Is it better to start this in the mornings when people are getting ready for work or what have you? I know it's different from radio. You really can't tune in if you're driving to work, but I'm hoping that people could tune in while they're at home getting ready. And we're going to have some updates that we're going to go ahead and go through. We have an update from UISD. This comes from Ms. Lauren Cavazos, and UISD tells us that the United ISD registration dates for new and returning students, pre-kindergarten and kindergarten, the online registration portal will open. It's going to open this Monday, April 5th, and this is the way it reads. To register students for the 2021-2022 school year, parents, guardians must have access to the Tyler SIS parent portal in order to register their children. Parents, guardians of new students should click on the New Family tab in order to set up a login, ID, and passwords to begin the registration process. Parents, guardians of returning students should log into their Tyler SIS parent portal to begin the registration process. Well, it was repeated there twice. And the parents who wish to enroll their children in pre-kindergarten or kindergarten academic year should contact the campus where they will be attending school in order to access eligibility and set up appointments if necessary. Again, you can go to www.laredobuzz.com. You could see that update, and that one is going to be right under, it's under our banner. There's some advertising banners there, and you'll see the update there. Also, we have something that comes in from the city of Laredo, and it's from Parks. It's the park requirements for the Easter holiday. Of course, everybody's going to be with their families celebrating Easter. Some will be at home. Some will be, venturing out in the city. You might be going out to parks or what have you, the lake. Well, this is what the city of Laredo has in Parks and Recreation. This is what they remind you of. It states, the City of Laredo Parks and Recreation Department would like to remind the community of what is allowed and what is not at city parks. And they say to ensure the safety of all during the holiday weekend, all citizens are required to, of course, you're going to wear a mask when you're not eating or drinking. You can gather in small groups within your family, and you're going to frequently clean touch surfaces. You're asked to practice social distancing. The park's hours are going to be as follows. It's going to be from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Again, the park hours, based on the City of Laredo guidelines, are going to be from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. These are some of the do's and the don'ts in order to keep everybody safe. They tell you some of the do's will include pick up and dispose of trash properly. And whether you pack sandwiches, bring pizzas, or decide to grill, plates, napkins, sodas, water bottles, and so forth, you got to throw that in the trash. You just can't leave that out on the out in the open where they're going to be flying around, and it just doesn't look nice. So you're also asked to go ahead and carry trash bags when visiting a local park, whether if you use the trash bags where you bring in your supplies, or bring in some more bags, but try to keep those areas clean. You must be courteous for the next for the next people or family who's going to use the park facilities, whether that day or the next day. Park your vehicles only in designated areas, okay? And extinguish all ashes. If you're going to go ahead and grill, if you're going to have a little fire going there, make sure that when you're finished, you extinguish all the ashes. Also bring gallons of water. You're going to need that to extinguish, whether if you're using coals or if you're using firewood. Make sure you bring some water to properly extinguish your fire. And if you're going to have pets, make sure that you take your dogs on a leash. And that, of course, is for the safety of everyone. You don't want your dogs just running around, and so you definitely want to have a leash. Make sure that if you're going to have drones, that you follow FCC rules. And some of the don'ts that are being expressed by the city of Laredo, as far as the parks and rec parks and the usage of the parks, you're not allowed to camp overnight at the park. Okay, you're going to use it, of course, during the day. It's from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, no one is allowed to spend the night with pets or belongings to reserve a spot. So you can't reserve a spot. It's going to be first come, first serve, starting at 6 a.m. So you can't tie chairs either to reserve a spot. You can't leave anything overnight like that. You can't leave picnic tables. You can't leave a tent overnight either. Okay, and everything, like I said, is going to be on a first come, first serve basis, starting at 6 a.m. Anything that is left in the park overnight will be considered abandoned and will be subject to removal by city park personnel. All pavilions will be closed. So if you leave chairs overnight, if you leave a picnic table, rest assured that there will be city park personnel out there. Some of these parks are equipped with cameras, so they will see you. They will see your belongings left there, and they will be picking them up. And you don't want to lose your things. Some of these things, of course, are expensive. Tents, coolers, anything that you take out there. You just don't want to lose any of your valuables. Also, no trailer barbecue pits or ATVs or any motorized vehicle will be allowed in the park. Okay, so you can't take your ATVs. You cannot take your motorcycles. They're not going to allow the barbecue pits. A lot of these parks are already equipped with pits. Make sure you're there early, at 6 a.m. to go ahead and reserve your spot, because they will not be allowing trailer barbecue pits. Okay, the trailer pits, not only do they tear up the park landscape, but they also ruin the irrigation system, depending, I guess, on how you're maneuvering your trailer pit when you're trying to get in and so forth. So make sure that you don't take a trailer pit. Okay. Now, there's not going to be any open flames allowed. Campfires. If you're going to go ahead and do a little fire, or a little campfire, make sure that you use the fixtures that are already there, provided for you by the city of Laredo. There's a lot of wonderful fixtures out there for you to barbecue, have a little fire going. Make sure you do everything safely. And if you're going to use wood, make sure that the wood is lit properly within the grill. Don't start your wood fire going on the grass. Make sure that you do it properly, that you keep safe, and that you use the grill container itself. Now, something of course very important is that no alcohol is being allowed in the parks either. Again, you're not allowed to take alcohol to the parks in celebration of your Easter holidays. Like I had mentioned earlier, there will be city personnel out there monitoring what is the activity that is going on, and all of this, of course, is meant to keep everybody safe. There will be also no vending without special events permit. If you're planning to sell anything, whether if it's food, Easter eggs, Easter baskets, you must contact the city of Laredo for a vending permit. Make sure that you do have a vending permit to go ahead and sell any items, Easter items or what have you that you would like to sell. Okay, so like I tell you, there will be city personnel out there. They will be monitoring. They will be of course, looking at the cameras. Like I said, a lot of these parks are equipped with camera, so you do want to make sure that you're doing everything properly. The last thing you want is, to lose valuables if you leave them there overnight. They've already said you cannot reserve your areas with anything that, that's going to be picked up and so forth. Also, there will be the police department will be working hard to prevent vandalism, and they will be out there, keeping everybody safe. And we love our police department. They do a great job. And, they will be, like they say, at standby and at full alert. So make sure that if you're going to be out there celebrating Easter at a park, you do it safely, you follow the guidelines, and you keep everybody safe. You have to do things the right way. Now, we do have another update from the city of Laredo, and this one tells us, and this comes from David Alegria, and this states that the city of Laredo announces that Farragut Street and Flores Avenue intersection will be closed. This will be on Tuesday, April 6th, and this will be going through June 15th. So it's going to start on Tuesday, April 6th, and it will run through through June 15th. It'll run through June 15th, and they'll be commencing phase 2 of the drainage and utilities improvements. Again, it's from the intersection of Farragut and Flores Avenue, which heads towards Hidalgo Street. The Hidalgo Flores intersection will not be closed, so you could definitely use that. Flores Avenue will be closed from Farragut, just north of Hidalgo. It says street here. The work will be typically done Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, you could read through this by visiting LaredoBuzz.com. You'll see this update as well as other updates. There's quite a bit of things to go ahead and see. Like I had told you yesterday, you're also going to see we have times of for your local movie theaters. If you want to know what time one of your favorite movies that's out there playing, you can definitely go ahead and visit the website, and you could find the times that the movies would start. I encourage you to leave some comments, whether if it's here on Facebook, whether if it's there on the website. Go ahead and leave some comments and express your thoughts, express your views, and it's part of doing this is to go ahead and get feedback. I would love to get some feedback from everyone and participate. We're opening up this platform to be informative, but also, I'd like to see some participation. Let us know, what your thoughts are, whether if it's on some of the updates that you see on the website, whether if it's something that we're talking about in current events. Yesterday, of course, we had two great guests, Ms. Cynthia Vasquez as well as Ms. Lopez. And we talked a little bit about COVID, what it meant to you, how your lives were affected from the start of the pandemic, how your lives have been affected after. They talked a little bit about their thoughts about the vaccine, and I'm curious still to know, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share some comments and let me know. Has your life been changed? Has it been affected? We could carry this conversation over to today. And I, for one, my life definitely changed. I would say for the better, because it keeps you, I guess, on your toes and aware of potential health risk out there. And I'm wondering, and I'm curious, how does everybody feel about this? Do you feel safe with the vaccines? How do you feel about the way things were handled? Yesterday we had an interesting comment about having one, I guess, doctor nationwide, which of course Dr. Fauci, and the way that he handled things, or his group handled it, or what have you. And somebody commented, maybe there should be a group of doctors that would have maybe a little bit more information, or what have you, or maybe come out publicly speaking in regards to it. But personally, I think maybe the message was a little confusing at times. But I think the main thing that it all comes down to is ourselves. We need to keep vigilant of all these things. We need to keep each other safe. This thing's not over yet. We lost a lot of good people, nationwide, and of course here in Laredo. And the last thing that we want to see is our loved ones getting sick. So please do practice, social distancing. If a lot of people have mixed reactions on face masks. I, for one, do wear one. I still wear my face mask, and I think I will be wearing it for quite a bit, just because of strains and a lot of questions out there, and also the possibilities of new viruses coming about and so forth. But do try to keep everybody safe, social distance, and be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings. Keep yourself informed. Whether if you're tuning in to national news media outlets, or you're listening to the local outlets, or even speak amongst yourselves, get information out, and practice what you feel is best for you and your family. Our governments can only do so much, whether if it's at a local level, whether if it's a national level. They're only going to be able to do so much. The rest of it has to come from us. It has to come from us as individuals. It has to come from us as family members. We have a responsibility to each other. And, we need to definitely stay safe. We need to definitely survive, not only that, but, life in general. Life is beautiful. And, you got to keep on plugging, like they say, And another thing we talked about yesterday was New York, and the legislation that they passed on legalizing recreational marijuana. It's a sticky topic for a lot of people, and there's pros and cons, whether if it's done for medicinal purposes, and there's of course people who favor that it be done, for recreational use, and that's something that we talked about yesterday. A lot of interesting, we discussed some interesting points about it, and again, it's our governments can only do so much, and it's up to us to see what we do, with information that we're provided and legislation that is passed on. So, it's interesting how things develop and how things change, and everything that is decided and done in one way or the other, does trickle down to us individually. It trickles down to us individually. And it's interesting to see how thoughts and things come about, and how it shapes everybody's life. There's a lot of interesting points to look at there. And it's Friday. It's a beautiful day outside. We're looking forward to the weekend, and I hope that you guys have a good, safe weekend. It's a time of celebration. Of course, Easter has different, I guess, meaning to everybody, and we celebrate it in different ways. I, for one, I think that it's good. It's good to look forward to, holidays like this, events like this. It's good to spend it with your family in a safe manner, and it's good to have these days where you unwind a little bit, where you relax a little bit. You forget the everyday, hazards, I guess, of life, or stress of life. And holidays such as this are great. I hope that everybody spends it well with their families, and don't forget the meaning behind it as well. There's a lot of people have different ways of looking at it, whether if it's religious views or what have you. And I'm not going to get into that because, of course, everybody has different opinions on religion and how they look at things, just like they do in politics. One thing that I'll try to steer away from is, expressing my views, whether if it's religion or politically. What I wanted to do with this was open up a platform, though, and allow everybody to go ahead and express their opinions, their views, and let the listener, dissect it and figure out, make their own decision on issues or things that are out there. But it is, they are sticky topics at time. Whatever you're talking about, religion or politics, it's things that are interpreted in different ways. But it is nice to hear these different points of views. It is nice to have listening options, and it's good to have platforms that welcome everybody. And I, for one, would welcome anybody who would like to speak, whether if it's on any topic that is going on nationally, locally, or what have you. Another thing that I wanted to express today that I forgot to go ahead and mention yesterday: if you have any fundraisers, if you have any information that you would like to disseminate to the community, this would be a good platform to do so. It would be good to get out information on whether if it's a plate sale, whether if it's a car exhibition, anything that you would like to get out to the community in regards to fundraisers. A lot of people have fundraisers, for their athletic teams. They have fundraisers, like I mentioned right now, for, it could be a funeral expense. It could be anything. Go ahead and feel free to send the information. If you don't want to send the information via message, you can go ahead and post it as a comment. People, of course, we all like to surf Facebook now and then. We look at the different activities that we're conducting daily, the postings that we have. And, sometimes we do go through the comments. So if you have a fundraiser, if you have information that you would like to get out, go ahead and post it on the comments. Send it to me as in a message. Now, this is totally free. I'm not charging anybody for anything like this. This is totally free for the community. We're providing you with a platform to inform people of what you're doing in regards to fundraisers. it backs up what you're doing. Of course, we all use our Facebooks and in our own personal ways. And, we all have our friends who are on it, family members. We have people who will share our information. Well, just look at this as a backup. Look at this as an additional way to get your information out. And, the more avenues that you have to get your information out on fundraisers, I think the better. And I encourage everybody to share their information. If you see that a friend of yours or a family member is sharing information on a fundraiser, or they're having a fundraiser, go ahead and share it. Share it for them. Help them out. And that's one thing. People who know me have always known me to help where I can. And I encourage everybody to help their community, to help one another, be there for each other. That's an important message that I've always tried to convey to friends, to family. And another thing that I've always said is that nothing is done alone. We all need help here and there, and whether if it's on a fundraiser, whether if it's in any community event project, whether if it's something that you're doing at home, don't shy away from asking for help. Always involve somebody. Always have some help. The past few years, events that we've hosted or that I've hosted, it's always been done in conjunction with great people, and it's always been a group effort, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fact that I have many wonderful friends out there who have helped and who continue to help. When I pick up the phone, it's good to hear them say that they're ready. It's good to hear them say that they would participate. And when everything comes about, it's a wonderful feeling. And just remember, nothing is ever done alone. Don't shy away from help. And if anybody ever offers you help for anything, don't shy away from accepting it either. I learned that last year. I ran a political campaign, and a good friend of mine, he offered some help in regards to marketing, and I was shying away from it. And he said, "Don't take away my blessing." He said, "Accept the help. It comes from the heart," and it did. I've known this gentleman for years. He is a great person. He helped me out, and I realized and I learned something important that day. You don't take away somebody's blessing when they're offering you help. Be kind to each other. Be good. Try to live, as good as possible, and things will work out. Any event that you're having, again, if you want to get information out, please send it to me. If it's not, if it happens after the end of the podcast or the video cast, I'll still share it for you. There's a lot of ways to share it. We could put it up on the website. We could share it here on Facebook. And anything that you see here, whether if it's a fundraiser, whether if it's this podcast, I encourage you to please go ahead and share it. We're slowly building up as to what we're doing here. I didn't want to advertise this. I didn't want to make a big deal out of a podcast or anything, because this is something that's new. I'm venturing into something new here. I've never shied away from trying new things in my life. I'm proud to say that I've done a lot of things that I've always wanted. I've tried to fulfill my dreams as best as possible, even when somebody tells me you can't do it, or when somebody tells me you should not do it. You're not young enough, or you're not this enough, you're not smart enough. I don't stop, and I don't let anybody tell me that I can't do something. And I think that's something that everybody should practice. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you cannot do anything. There's a lot of things that we want to do. There's a lot of things that we want to try. Don't ever give up on yourself. Don't ever say, no, it can't be done because somebody's telling me I can't do it. It's not true. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And this podcast is something that I've been wanting to do for years. And I've been told, I had been told, no, don't do it. You shouldn't do it for whatever reasons. And, I did it. It's out there. And, I hope that people will follow along with more time as time goes by. I hope people share this. I hope people, participate. And I hope people like the platform and the different option that I'm offering out there. And I'm not a professional by any means. I'm not a professional DJ. I'm not a professional, anchor, host, or anything like that. But it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun to do this. Again, it's a different avenue of expression. It's a different avenue of providing information, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The length of the podcast or the video cast will vary from time to times. There's times that you're going to see the podcast in the form that you do now with the little radio, and you'll hear my voice coming out of it. There will be times that you will see a video cast where we might have guests on board speaking about various topics or one topic or what have you. But there's always going to be something different. There's always going to be something new. And I hope that you continue to visit and take a few minutes to listen to the words. You don't have to listen and tune in for the whole show. You could definitely tune in to the updates at the beginning. The updates are always going to be at the beginning of the podcast or the video cast. Then we would naturally sway into a topic of discussion. We'll have a guest here and there, and but listen to to as much as you can. Listen to as much as you can, and spread the word. Spread the word. And if there's any topic that you would like to hear discussed, definitely go ahead and send me a message, and definitely participate through the comments and so forth. And today we have friends who have joined us on the comment section. I have a good friend, Carlos Rangel. He's a great friend, and I owe a great deal of gratitude to Carlos. And I'd like to take the time to thank you, Carlos, for everything you've done, from helping me with the website to getting this dream of the podcast going. It's been a great experience working with you throughout the years. And like I said, nothing is ever done alone. We always have help one way or the other. We always have encouragement as well, from friends, from family who say do it, and who push you to do the things that you want to do. I'd also like to acknowledge another good friend, Luis Lopez, who just dropped by. He just put a comment, says, do it. Thank you, Luis. Luis has a great podcast going on, podcast and video cast. He does this with Edgar, a friend of his, and he's a great DJ. Edgar's a great person, and they have a great show. It's very interactive. Luis, if you don't know, Luis Lopez, and I'm sure a lot of you do know him. He's a really great individual. He's from Box Signs, and if you need any type of signs, I do encourage you to stop by Box Signs on Saunders. And as for Luis, tell him, hey, I heard Joe speak about you, and he's got great pricing. Luis handled the signage for my political campaign that I ran last year. I was very happy with the service. Not only was it great service as far as the artwork production, which, I produced my own artwork. I sent it to him, but he was able to use what I sent it. He always guides me and tells me I need it at this DPI, I need it at this color level, or what have you. Whatever I miss, he always does suggest it. He does great work. I definitely recommend Box Signs on Saunders. Now, Luis is just like me. Luis loves to get into different types of business activities, and he's done it all. He's done it all. Aside from Box Signs, they're on Saunders. He also is a distributor for My Pop Popcorn. And if you haven't tried My Pop, you need to go out there on Saunders Next time around, we'll definitely invite him so he can talk a little bit about My Pop and box signs and the services that he has to offer. And he's treated me to some great popcorn. He has everything from dill pickle popcorn to chili spice popcorn, caramel popcorn, of course, and of course your traditional butter popcorn. Now, this popcorn, he sells it there, but it's also available for fundraisers. Again, contact Luis Lopez from My Pop Popcorn and Box Signs. If you're looking for a way to make money for your organization, whether if it's school, whether if it's athletics, definitely contact Luis Lopez. You can reach Luis at 717-8800. Again, that is 717-800. And that is Luis Lopez from My Pop Popcorn. And we're going to go ahead and close this out today. And I thank everybody who tuned in. Again, today was different. We went with a podcast in contrast to yesterday that we did video. Video will be done when there is a guest speaker. Okay, when we have a guest speaker, we will have the video cast going. When it's me, myself, and I, like they say, we will be going with the regular podcast. I like the little radio that's in front. I'm not a big scale graphic designer, but I get by. I love what I do. And again, that's part of the message that we have. Always have a passion for what you do, whether you're conducting business, whether you're involved in your community. And there's a lot of wonderful people out there who do things with their community. Always have a passion for what you do. Don't give up. Don't quit. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do this. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do anything. Stay away from negative people. If you have to change your lifestyle, if you have to, drop people from your life, I recommend that you do so. If people walk away from your life, let them go. Let them go. Sometimes it's for the best. Sometimes it hurts to let people go, but sometimes it's the right thing to do. Either for your own sanity, whether it's for their own sanity, whether it's for your own good, whether it's for their own good, you have to let people go at times who don't want to be a part of your life. Don't be dragged down by anybody who tells you that you're not special or that you're inferior to them. You're better. You're a good person, and you're good people. Everybody has their own unique qualities, and everybody offers something good. For everybody. Luis Lopez reminds us. He's just sent us the address. You can see the comments on the bottom of this feed. Click on their profiles, visit them, see what they do. Click on Luis Lopez. He's under Luis A. Lopez. You'll be able to see his video cast, his podcast. You'll be able to see some of his services that he offers. My Pop Popcorn and Box Signs is located at 4202 East Saunders. If I'm not mistaken, that is across from McCoy's. Definitely look for McCoy's on Saunders. Then just cross the street or look opposite of McCoy's and you'll see Box Signs. He has some beautiful signage out there. His business does stand out. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's a storage facility. He uses the front of it. It's a great location. I've always loved this location. 4202 East Saunders. Visit Luis Lopez Box Signs and My Pop Popcorn at 4202 Saunders. And he does have a special going on. He gives you 5 bags of popcorn. And these are big bags. Don't think that they're, small, 2-ounce bags. No, these are huge bags. You get 5 bags of popcorn for only $25. Now, the cool thing is that he lets you mix and match. You can mix and match flavors. You can take the same flavor if you like. Your favorite flavors are always available. Stop by and see what he has in stock. It's 5 bags for only $25. That is a great special. You don't have to microwave this popcorn. You don't have to, stovetop cook this popcorn. The bags are already pre-made for you. It's freshly sealed. When you open up a bag of My Pop popcorn, I guarantee you're gonna enjoy the freshness of that popcorn, the taste. If you take a dill flavored popcorn, you're gonna taste that dill pickle. If you take a popcorn that is flaming hot, or if it's a hot spicy popcorn, I guarantee you you're gonna love that hot flavor. Same thing with the butter flavor. You are gonna get that movie theater uh, butter flavored experience from My Pop popcorn. It is gourmet popcorn, and you can definitely see My Pop gourmet popcorn on Facebook. Go ahead and do a search, and go ahead and type in My Pop gourmet popcorn on Facebook, and you will find their link. You will find their information, everything from pricing to the address. You'll see product description. You'll see pictures, and he's got a lot of good services and products that he offers. Again, that is Luis Lopez from Box Signs and My Pop Popcorn. Okay, you can reach him at 717-8800, or visit him at 4202 East Saunders. 4202 East Saunders. That is across from McCoy's. My Pop Popcorn. If anybody would like to mention their business here on the radio cast, go ahead and feel free to put it on the comment section. Don't shy away from it. This is free. I'm not charging anybody for advertising. This is free. It's a free service. If you have a service or a product that you want to advertise, a fundraiser, let me know about it. Let me know about it. Give me a brief description. Give me your address. Give me your phone number. Let me know what you're doing, what you offer, and we'll get the information out there for you as best as possible. Okay? Again, thank you for tuning in. I thank everybody who took the time to listen to me today. I hope everybody has a great day today. I hope everybody is blessed, and I hope everybody spends a good quality time with their family and enjoys their day with their coworkers. And I hope everybody talks about this and says, hey, you know what? We listened to a podcast today. It was different. And I hope you tell your friends to tune in. We will be back. More than likely, we'll be back on Tuesday. I don't have a set schedule yet. And again, we're going to toggle between radio, podcast format, and video. And we are working on getting some guests to join us. And we're looking forward to an interesting time. So do go ahead and share the message. Again, I thank you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to visit Luis Lopez at My Pop Popcorn, 4202 East Saunders. Call him at 717-8800. 5 bags for only $25. Thank you. Goodbye. We are working on getting some guests to join us. And we're looking forward to it. You go ahead and share the message. Again, I thank you. Have a great day. Have a